Who could imagine that a fluffy giant weighing nearly 60 kilograms could become the best friend of a baby who had just learned to crawl? Not by protecting her with a fierce growl or an intimidating size, but with the gentleness that melted the entire family's hearts. His name was Drax, a massive Newfoundland with thick black fur like a winter coat and eyes as gentle as an old soul. When Drax first came home, he was only a puppy, but his paws were already so big that everyone asked, "Is this a dog or a baby bear?" Every time Drax ran through the living room, the whole family felt like a breathing sofa was moving around on 4 legs. But beneath that enormous body, Drax had a heart softer than the pillow he secretly claimed during afternoon naps. When the family found out they were expecting a baby, they were overjoyed, but also wondered how Drax would react. Strangely, as the mother's belly grew, Drax became as serious as a guard dog assigned to a national mission. He no longer jumped excitedly when she entered the room, but walked over gently and rested his huge head beside her belly. Sometimes he would lie still for hours, as if listening to the tiny heartbeat inside and telling himself, "This one is mine." The day baby Lily was born, Drax did not bark, jump, or cause chaos like everyone expected. He simply stood back and watched. There was something unusual in his eyes, curious, gentle, and slightly confused, as if he was thinking, "Why does this tiny thing have so little fur?" The first time he was allowed near Lily, Drax lowered his head slowly, gave one gentle sniff, then lay down on the floor, lower than the crib. From that day on, he appointed himself captain of baby room security, even though no one hired him or paid him in treats. Whenever Lily slept, Drax lay right outside her door. If someone walked by too loudly, he would look up like a 5-star hotel guard. But the funniest thing was that Drax was terrified of Lily's crying. Not because it annoyed him, but because he panicked like he had heard a fire alarm. The moment Lily cried, Drax would rush to find her mother, running and looking back as if to say, "Hurry! The little boss is calling." When Lily began learning to roll over, Drax became her very first coach, even though his teaching style was rather oversized. Her mother placed Lily on her tummy to practice lifting her head, and Drax lay beside her, trying to lift his giant head as if competing with her. Lily looked at Drax and Drax looked at Lily, one tiny baby and one dog as big as a rug, both trying to defeat gravity. When Lily started crawling, Drax always moved slowly in front of her, taking tiny steps, as if opening the path for a little explorer. One time, Lily crawled over and pulled Drax's ear. The whole family held their breath. But Drax only sighed as if saying, "She's a baby. I'll allow it." Then he gently rested his chin on the floor so Lily could lean on him. From a giant dog, Drax became the warmest living pillow in the world. As Lily grew, she saw Drax as part of her world. Whenever she got a new toy, the first one she showed it to was always Drax. Drax did not understand dolls, building blocks, or why a plastic spoon could be considered a treasure by Lily. But he still sat there, observing each toy seriously, like an expert toy inspector with 10 years of experience. Then came the day Lily started learning to stand. She held onto Drax's back, while Drax stood still like a small mountain in the living room. No one taught him to do that, but Drax seemed to understand that if he moved even a little, Lily's tiny world might lose its balance. So he stood still, completely still. Only his traitorous tail kept wagging softly because he was too happy. Lily's first steps were not toward her mother, and not toward her father. She wobbled straight toward Drax. Drax lowered himself, his eyes wide open, as if he also understood that this was a very important moment. Lily took 2 steps, then tumbled into Drax's thick fur. There were no tears, only laughter echoing through the room. From that day on, Drax was more than a friend. He became a walking trainer, a backrest, a warm blanket, and sometimes the victim of overly enthusiastic hugs. Every morning, Lily woke up and called Drax's name first, and Drax was already outside her door, as if he had been taking attendance since before sunrise. On days when Lily felt sad because a toy had been taken away, Drax would quietly come over and place his big head on her lap. He could not say a single word, but sometimes a silent presence comforts more deeply than 100 gentle phrases. And of course, there were also wonderfully chaotic moments, especially when Lily discovered that Drax could wear a princess hat. A giant dog sitting with a serious face, wearing a tiny pink crown on his head. The sight made her parents laugh so hard they could barely hold the phone. But Drax stayed perfectly still. Maybe deep inside he was thinking, if this is what it takes to make the little princess happy, then so be it. As time passed, Lily grew bigger and Drax grew a little older, but the way he looked at her remained as gentle as it was on the very first day. He had watched her grow from a baby in a crib into a child who could run, laugh, and wrap her arms around his neck whenever she felt afraid. And Lily grew up with a beautiful lesson. Strength is not meant to make others afraid, but to protect the ones we love. Drax did not need to become a hero from a fairy tale, because in that small home, he was already a hero in the simplest way. He taught the whole family that love is not always loud. Sometimes it simply lies beside us, waiting as we grow, stumble, and gently catches us. A dog weighing nearly 60 kilograms might make strangers cautious, but to Lily, Drax would always be the softest friend of her childhood. If this story made you smile, remember that sometimes angels do not have wings. Sometimes they have 4 paws, fluffy fur, and a giant heart.